Noarata Nosahai is still my amiable name, and you are especially welcome to this segment of the program. And the subject of our conversation this morning is win the customer, not the argument. Win the customer, not the argument. Now, as a business owner, as a business manager, as somebody that works in an organization, your aim, your objective, your focus when having any form of confrontation with a customer should never be to win the argument with the customer. It should be to win the customer. Now, arguments don't bring in sales. Winning arguments don't bring in cash inflow. Your focus should be to make sure that you win the customer at the end of the day. When you focus on winning the argument, you are indirectly telling the customer that he is wrong. When you focus on winning the argument, you are telling the customer that what he is saying is invalid, especially when the customer brings a complaint to the table. When you focus on winning the argument, it is going to make you defensive. And being defensive will short-circuit your mind to seeing things from the customer's perspective. And you're not seeing things from the customer's perspective will make you unable to profile worthwhile solutions to the customer's issues, to the customer's complaints. And failure to profile solutions to customers' complaints is you directly telling the customers to go and patronize your competitors. So when you fail to solve customers' problem, you are using your own hands to grow the business of your competitors. So the focus should be on winning the customer, not the argument. You see, there is no need for you to try to prove to the customer that you have PhD in argumentology. There is no need for you to try to match your ego with the customer's ego. So you need to learn to avoid using, commanding statements that will make you really put the customer on the edge. It could make the customer to be in a fight mood, and fight mood, could equate to flight mood. Flight mode means that the customer may just stop patronizing you, and the customer will go away and, tell people within his or her sphere of contact about the negative experience he or she have had with your business. And that can make those people that hear this negative news about you, it could make them not to ever patronize you. There are some persons that are recommending your business to other people, but they have never patronized you. It is just because somebody that have had a positive experience with you told them about you. And when someone else now need their kind of service or product, you see a situation whereby, they are speaking well of you, but they have never patronized you. It also happened on the other side of the coin. When somebody hears negative news about you, and when people are also in need of your kind of service, they just demarket you. They can, just tell that person, don't go to that ABC organization, don't go to that XYZ business center, because, they will not be able to give you positive experience. And so, that is why you need to be very sensitive to this. The focus should be to make sure that you win the customer. Don't try to win the argument, because winning argument does not bring in cash inflow, like I said before. Winning argument does not bring in sales. Winning argument does not grow business. It is winning the customer that grows business. Winning customers means that you enjoy the 3 arrows of customers' loyalty, which is retention, repeat business, and referral. You will retain the customer keep returning for repeated patronage, and then the customer, that's the second arrow, repeat business, and the customer will also become a marketer. You don't pay salary, giving you referrals, always telling people within his or her sphere of contact about how amazing you are. This is why when you are having that confrontation with a customer, the focus should be to make sure that you win the customer, not winning the argument. What are you going to gain from winning argument, and at the end of the day, you lose the customer? You can win all the arguments, and then, you are not getting the required patronage to keep your business going as a going concern. That is why I'm hammering on this topic this morning. Win the customer, not the argument. Especially when the customer brings a complaint to a table. One way that you can use in winning the customer and not the argument is to engage the HEAT strategy of resolving customers' complaints. when the customer is dissatisfied with a product you are offering, when the customer is dissatisfied with a service rendering, engage the HEAT strategy of resolving customers' complaints to win the customer and not the argument. It's an acronym, HEAT. H stands for hear them out, learn to listen. A wise man said, be quick to hear and slow to speak. Why is he saying that? He's not saying don't speak. He's telling you let listening be the top priority, because listening will always enrich the quality of your response. If you will respond well, you need to listen well. And one thing I always advise business owners to do in my trainings is this. When somebody brings up a complaint, the person is speaking at a very high voice tempo, what you need to quickly do is to isolate the person from the view of other customers, from the view of people that may be making inquiry for the first time. Such a scene could be very discouraging for the first timers, first visitors to your organization or business. Quickly isolate the person from the view of other people and then sit the person down and listen keenly. Very important. Listening enriches the quality of your response. If you'll be able to resolve the complaint at the end of the day, it will be seriously dependent on how well you listen. And one way you prove to me that you were listening to me when I was talking is for you to quickly give me a summary of what I said. This is also a strategy you need to engage when you are engaging the HEAT strategy of resolving customers' complaints, starting with H, hear them and listen to them. The customer, when he or she is through with bringing the complaints to the table, all you just need to say, okay, sir, you said when you came you met the front desk officer, and then this happened, that happened. The person will say, yes, you are correct. That has just proven to the customer that you were seriously listening to him or her. Very, very important. Then the next letter there in that HEAT, HEAT strategy of resolving customer complaint, is empathy. Empathy. Putting yourself in the customer's shoes. And one way that you show empathy is by making empathy statements. Very important. Somebody came, normally you promise somebody that by 9 a.m. or 11 a.m., this issue would have been resolved, this product would have been delivered by 11 a.m. Now it's 1 p.m. The product has not been delivered. And this is also affecting this customer, in his also rendering service or delivering a service to another customer that he or she also renders service to. Now you need to show empathy in that situation by making empathy statement. Just tell the customer, I'm very sorry. There is no way I will not be angry if I am the one in your shoes. There is no way I will be happy if my time was wasted for 2 hours just like this. That is an empathy statement. You are putting yourself in the customer's shoes. You are telling the customer, I empathize with you. I'm touched with the feeling of infirmity. This is very important. The next letter there is A, apology. Now listen closely. Apologies or I apologize is not apology. Apology is, I am sincerely sorry. We are wholeheartedly sorry. We are very sorry. That is apology. I apologize is no apology. That is egocentric. You have not brought down your ego. No, you are still, feeling, there's still a lot of ego in that kind of apology when you just say, I apologize. Oh, we apologize. Oh, I apologize. That is not apology. If you want to apologize, say, I am sorry. I am sincerely sorry. We are wholeheartedly sorry that you went through all this. This is very important. And the next letter there is T. Remember, it's H-E-A-T. Hear them out, empathize with them, apologize, and then T, which stands for take action to resolve the complaint. The reason the customer complained in the very first instance is for you to resolve the action. And failure to resolve customers' complaint, like I said before, is you using your own hands to build the business of your competitors. You are telling the customer, go and patronize my competitors when you fail to resolve their complaints. And now listen closely. What our customers are really looking for is not 100% resolving of that complaint. What some of them just want to see is that eagerness, that passion to want to see the complaint resolved. If along the line you were able to resolve the complaint 60%, 70%, some of them would just be okay, and I would just tell you, oh, Mr. Johnson, please don't worry, I think I'm okay with that. Why? You display that eagerness, that passion, that interest to want to see the complaint resolved. This is very important, and this is a very strategic way that you can use to win the customer instead of winning the argument. Winning the argument does not bring in sales. Winning the argument does not bring customers' loyalty. Winning the argument does not bring in cash inflow. I believe that lots of value have been added to you today, and we can connect and take this conversation further in my online handles. And at Nosa Speaks, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. At Nosa Speaks, connect with me on X, on Twitter, on TikTok. At Nosa Speaks 1, connect with me on Facebook. Send your questions across. Let's take this conversation further, and then we'll build a better business for ourselves, build better organization, better organizations for ourselves, and then also build a better society for all of us all. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. When I return, I remain the amiable Inuagata. No Sahai. God bless you.